I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock.
Yes, sir.
Episode number 98.
Wow.
Yes, sir. We're getting there.
Dang, we
are.
Oh, yeah. Now, we talked a little bit before the show, and there's no mail call this week. It's kind of slowed down. We're kind of getting into the whole recession. And in all honesty, you know what? I'm kind of cooling off on vinyl a little bit. You know, it's
no.
I'm still. Well,
check your HDMI. Plug in there, fella.
The Kiss Alive 2 reissue came out today, and
really?
They had a picture disc version, which was kind of cool. Had the photos of them on the back, and then the red and black splatter version, which is the common version that's out. I passed this year on that. Nothing new. They're not offering no zooms and wham whams, so I'm not picking it up.
Okay, well, good for you.
It's just a release basically on colored vinyl,
right? And it's the same pressing as the 2014 re-release. So, how many versions do you need, right?
Well, you need everyone on color.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I was just gonna say, go look in the mirror and ask yourself that, Frank. No. Yeah, you get back to us on that.
I have not received my middle class stimulus rebate check yet, so no.
I got mine.
Go ahead.
I got mine like 3 weeks ago, and guys at work are asking me too. All it is, guys, is I think it's mine's so simple. There's no head of household. There's no claim. I'm not claiming anybody. I think that's why it's so simple. You guys have kids. You guys have this. You guys have that. So
I don't know.
It was $3.50. It was $3.50. I used it. Filled up the car. Filled up the gas tank.
Beats a stick in the eye, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It does.
Hey guys, check this out. I'm going to throw out. I'll start with you, Jerry. I'm going to throw out 3 subjects that have been in the news this past couple of weeks.
Okay.
You pick one of them. Give us your thoughts on it, and then we'll discuss for a second. Then Jim, of the last 2, will pick one of those, and we'll discuss that. So first of all, Michael Sweet of Stryper, he says he doesn't think Stryper will ever be in the Hall of Fame.
I saw that.
The other thing is David Crosby saying, hey, Iron Maiden ain't nothing but noise to him.
His drug-addled mind.
And last, we have a rumor that John 5 may be replacing Mick Mars on the next tour with Motley Crue. So which one of those piques your curiosity the most there, Jerry? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'll take the most dull one.
Okay.
To me, I think you guys know the other 2. I'm just going to pick what David Crosby said of Iron Maiden. That's just some old dude like Keith Richards, just done stuff his whole life and somehow is still alive, and then just makes a comment. You can't Iron Maiden. You don't sell records like that and concerts like that around the world like that if you're a bunch of noise. So David Crosby,
shame on you.
You and Neil Young are headed down the bitter old fart path, and I suggest you stop right now.
There it is. There.
That's from Jerry from the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast. David Crosby. Yeah, check yourself.
Interesting to note, those guys spent time in the same band.
Just saying, isn't that a coincidence?
Yeah,
I don't think it is, but
yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
everybody has their opinion,
right?
But if you have an opinion like that and you see multi-million record album sales, multi-grossing concerts throughout the world, so you're just saying all those people like noise, and it's like, that's just like I said. He's heading down the path of the bitter old,
heading down. That guy's firmly in the middle.
Well,
of
excuse me. Yeah, he's at the bottom of the hill. He's getting into the canoe to paddle away.
I was gonna say he's about to hit the no end zone area.
Yeah, that's just feeble ridiculousness.
All right, Jim. So now we have Stryper. Are they ever going to be in the Hall of Fame? And does anybody care? And John 5 replacing Mick Mars possibly as a touring member of Motley Crue.
I will comment on the Motley Crue thing.
Okay.
They're replacing the wrong member of the band.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
I think Mick just doesn't have the physical strength to do it.
No, he's pretty bad off. Yeah.
He's suffering, and who better than John 5?
Well, my question is, I know I have a take on this on why they're still touring. You know, Nikki Sixx got remarried to a much younger woman.
He's got like a 2-3-year-old daughter.
He's popping out kids now he's in his 60, 62 years old and having newborns. Yeah. And wouldn't you rather be on the road than dealing with all that?
Now, I wonder if they would include a new studio album in that, Frank.
I doubt it.
My answer to that is no. I would not rather be on the road.
You're the exception to the rule.
Because because you're
But maybe if you're having kids like that, you want to ensure some financial stability. Plus, she could be out the door at any moment and take half.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
We're talking about Nikki Sixx, though. He's already given half to one wife, and so they sold the house in Calabasas. I guess they're living in Montana. It sounded like he's going to settle down. They're about to retire. He's going to be at home, but I can just in my mind hear all the kids screaming, "You change a diaper." Me, I'm a rock star. I don't change diapers. What do you?
I got to go on tour.
Yep. Oops. Yeah. Tommy's calling. Got to go.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, but it wouldn't be the same. I love John 5. Excellent guitarist. Probably wouldn't be anybody better than him because he's very versatile.
Why not?
But does it fit? Yeah. We'll see. Should be if it'll even work.
I mean, there's any number of brilliant guitarists you could take on the road, right? But when you think that John 5 spent time playing with Marilyn Manson,
Rob Zombie,
right? So he's done some sort of gothy, glammy.
Well, he's got the personality, that's for sure.
He's got the flavor, yeah.
So I mean, could you take Steve Vai on the road? Sure, but he's not going to fit the image or the look of the band or whatever. I think John would be a better fit.
Well, no knock on Mick Mars, but I think this is John 5. That's a step down for John 5 in the style that John 5 plays. He's a flash player. He's a speed demon. Motley Crue, their music is blues based hard rock.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, would he get bored playing that? Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a paycheck. He's always been kind of a side guy. So
yeah. Well, he could buy off a lot of Kiss merchandise because we know he's got a huge Kiss collection.
There you go.
So
I bet he's picking up that Kiss Alive reissue.
He probably got it hand delivered. I wouldn't doubt. All right. This week I'm going to go first with my band, guys, if you don't mind.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Michael Sweet.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's right.
Do you want to?
What was one of the choices?
I don't know why they would be getting into the Hall of Fame. I don't know that they ever sold a lot of records.
They had one platinum album, the first one. But does one platinum album make a Hall of Fame career?
No, that Hall of Fame is quirky.
No.
And why do bands feel the need to be in the Hall of Fame when they bitch and moan about it until they get in?
Remember what Steve Miller said? He was all pissed. I got to pay $10,000 to bring somebody extra to bring my mom for this. Yeah. I got to pay $10,000 for the extra seat. So
it's bogus all around.
It's
I like Stryper's music. I'm not a fan of Michael Sweet's singing because he's very operatic and out there. Good singer, don't get me wrong.
Great singer.
Not my style I don't enjoy his style of singing. But the band themselves, Twin Guitar Attack,
love the Twins.
Just hard rock music. They're good band, but Hall of Fame. Not everybody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Nope.
Well, I mean, there's so many bands that. How long did it take Rush to get in? Just because they didn't like Rush.
Yeah.
But undeniably, those guys sold a boatload of records, and
yes, they did.
Well, they were relevant their whole career too, pretty much.
Yeah, they never lost that oomph. Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all stupidly political, and
that's the problem.
Right. Yep.
Okay. All right. Enough about Michael Sweet and Stryper. And
sorry, Michael.
Sorry, Michael. Yeah, maybe next time.
I got Uncle Ted's phone number for you, bro.
Don't get me started on that. He's got an issue with everybody, man.
Yeah, he does.
Well, look, the band that I have this week is out of Seattle, Washington. They're called Custom. And did you get a chance to listen to it, Jim?
I did not. You sent that out today.
Wow. I was gonna, Jim.
I know. It's been a nutty day.
No, Frank and I were talking. You got the second rotation of Children. Frank and I don't.
Yeah.
So more power to you, brother. God bless you.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, the band's called Custom. The song I'm going to play is called Do It Again. Came out September 2021. They're on all the social medias. You can find them everywhere. The band consists of Adam Dane on guitars, and depending on which social media site you go to, it's either Sport or Spot Mandel, also on guitars. So we'll get some clarification on that. Brian Cochran on drums, David Lyon on vocals, and Paul Yarnold on bass. The founding member of the band, Corey Petro, was the founding guitarist, and he just recently left the band, moved out of state. Kind of a bummer, but he's always going to be an honorary member. So I wanted to mention him. He was a big part of their success. But like I said, you can find them on YouTube, Facebook, Bandcamp, Instagram. They're everywhere. And the song, again, is called Do It Again. And I want to play this for you. I think you're really going to like it, Jim. And there we go. There is Custom with Do It Again. What are your thoughts there, Jim?
16-year-old me would have loved this. And 59-year-old me still loves it.
There you go. Good hard rock and driving rock and
roll. And a couple of highlights: the bass tone.
Mm-hmm. And the
bass,
background rolling.
And the bass and the bass during that little breakdown right after the solo. And I thought the solo was great.
Yes.
Not super notey, very tasteful, fit the song perfectly. Yeah. Liked it, thought the vocals were great. Well laid out tune. It's a winner.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go.
Two thumbs up.
Things backwards. 2 thumbs up for me.
What about you, Jerry?
A lot of what Jim said. I love the vocals because they're dynamite vocals, but he's not straining.
He's not screaming at you.
He's just he's just singing. And they're good. They're good vocals.
Strong.
A little old school Def Leppard-y in the beginning riff, and then I just figured it out, guys. It reminds me a lot of Fraley's Comet debut in '87.
Oh, there you go.
I was trying to
Don
think,
Reagan.
what does that remind me of? That riff.
Todd Howarth,
Yes, well recorded, well layered, great bass work, like Jaime says, great guitar work, great solo. This is good stuff, Frank. Custom. Right. I'm gonna check this one out.
Oh yeah.
Because like Jim said, whatever you're old, that's right. That's right. Mid 80s, however old I was. But that's nice stuff, Frank. Well done. Custom.
Needs to be noted it was recorded at London Bridge Studio by Jonathan Plum. So check out Custom. They're on all social medias. I think it's Custom Music or Custom Band, one or the other.
Yeah.
But I'll have their link in our show later on. So check them out.
Yes.
All right.
That was great, Frank. Yeah.
Well, moving ahead, last episode, Jim picked the Ramones for his classic album.
Oh, I forgot the Jerrytron.
I'll get that. And why don't you tell us a little about that, Jim, as Jerry fires up the Jerrytron?
Got to fire it up. I got to enable the app. Yeah.
The disappointment in your voice as you announced that.
Well, the guy that picked it was
completely detectable. Okay, so
he's my least favorite co-host on the show.
Oh man. No.
So 1980, this came out. Just found out this was their highest charting record.
Wow.
Charted at number 44, which is well above the halfway point there on the Billboard Hot 100. First album with Marky on the drums. And as I said last episode, they're probably their least, or let's put it this way, probably their most hated record by any of their fans. Produced by Phil Spector. I guess what I just learned also is that Phil Spector had approached them much earlier and they declined, but they were want to do something different. They were hard up for a hit.
Excuse me.
And thought he would help out, but it was basically a torturous process for the band, who would go into the studio and knock out the album in 2 weeks. And they had a huge budget for this album, and I guess Phil Spector would make them do their parts over and over and over.
Right.
You know, like made Johnny like play his parts like for hours on end, right? Just drove them nuts. And so proof is in the pudding. Highest charting record. Maybe it was worth it.
Overall, what are your thoughts as opposed to other Ramones albums?
I like the record.
I know you liked it. You picked it.
I know. Do I think it's their best? Maybe not their best. But it's still got some of my favorite songs on it. And as I was listening to it, I think it's still a very solid record.
Yeah, and I was listening to it, and I thought it would have sounded so much better if Phil Spector was in prison, because he overproduced it. They are a raw rock band, and they didn't need all that noise to be making their own noise, in my opinion.
He popped the album up
a
bit, and I mean, hearing Baby I Love You and the added strings in the back, right? I mean, that's not the Ramones.
Nope.
Not the way we think of the Ramones anyway.
No.
Did you give it a full listen, Jerry?
Yes.
And what were your thoughts?
Again, I'm not or wasn't in school a big Ramones fan. Like I said, I think All I Have is the greatest or the essential. This is a good album, like Jaime said, but the only one key thing is I enjoy the Wall of Sound, but not for the Ramones.
Yeah, it was just
and their other stuff is way more polished as far as how it sounds.
Yeah,
it's to me, in my mind, it's way more clear and smooth. But again, I'm not the biggest Ramone expert, but again, I did like the album, Jim. I did like the album. Yep.
And that seems what happens when you throw so much reverb on something. It does give it that distance, and you lose that proximity of those guitars right in your face.
Right in them. So, yeah, right in it. Yep.
And that's my gripe about that album. That's all. I mean, it's
still a good album.
Got good, strong songs, but the what are you gonna do? That being said, Jim, what was your favorite song? What was your pick for that album?
Well, it was really hard to narrow it down to one. Probably not for you. Today I'm Affected.
Good song. Not what I would have thought, because I thought you would have went with Rock and Roll High School.
Rock and Roll High School.
You know, that was the go-to.
Here we go, folks.
I like that one a lot, but it's not my actual favorite on the record.
Gotcha. And I didn't think it would be either 100% because I just took the easy route, because we've talked about the movie. We've talked about the song.
Sure.
Jerry, what did you pick for Jim? Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
And then,
one of the rockin' songs on the record.
Yeah. That's kind of why. So, like I said, with you guys, certain thing, and I go, that's it. That's the one. And, but that's what I thought for Jim. And then I had honorable mention High Risk Insurance, because it's the shortest song on the album.
Yeah.
That's my honorable mention.
Safe bet.
2 minutes 8. Yeah.
Now, I went with the most Ramonesy sounding song that I could find. And I went for myself, Chinese Rock. Love that song. Now, what'd you pick for me, Jerry? There you go. You got it. You nailed it.
Very good.
Yeah.
I came super close to picking that one for you, because I thought he'll pick Chinese Rocks because of Johnny Thunders and that whole thing. And I dorked it up and said Rock and Roll High School.
There you go. That's funny.
Now, it's a classic.
It is.
Right?
It is. Jerry, what was your pick for that album?
Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah. See, I went.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yeah. Do you remember Rock and Roll? Excuse me. Do you remember Rock and Roll Radio?
Okay.
Excuse me. I had to look at my notes. As soon as I said it, I go, that don't sound right. No, it was, do you remember Rock and Roll Radio?
Jim got it then. Jim did get it.
Good. Is that what Jaime held up?
That's what he held up.
Perfect. Sorry
I went
about that,
sappy
guys.
for you.
I almost went sappy for you, Frank. I said, you know what? We might just catch Frank in one of those every 7-year moods, Jim.
Throw you a hook.
Just sappy and yeah. And
I actually like their version.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I mean, you can't beat Ronnie Spector.
No.
Actually,
well,
Frank,
Phil could, but
yeah, and he did.
actually,
boom.
Oh, that's not good.
Thank you, Frank. I needed the assist. Oh, that's terrible.
So when I was thinking of Jerry, it was a toss-up between "Baby I Love You" and "Do You Remember Rock and Roll."
That's funny.
That's the one that won out.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Well,
Jerry's the sappiest amongst us.
Yeah, he usually picks the sentimental songs. Yeah, I just I liked the album, didn't love it, like I said, and it would have been better without Phil Spector. Probably wouldn't have charted the way it did, but
probably not.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And everyone's got their own opinion on what Phil Spector did. It's like if you go listen to the Beatles naked as opposed to some of the stuff that he did on Let It Be with the Beatles. I wish he would have left it alone. I like the rawer sound of the songs, but that's just me. And I'm in the minority on a lot of that stuff because a lot of people love his production style. It was a whole generation that took off. So it had to be doing something right. So, okay, well, let's move forward. And while we're at it, let's hear what you have, Jim, for this week for a band.
Okay, so this week I have a band called The Morning Line. Bay Area band, I believe in San Francisco. I was going to ask you guys, when somebody says Bay Area, what do you think?
I think
Frisco.
San Francisco.
I think San Francisco, right?
Could be
You
open.
don't think South Bay?
No.
No, I just think of the Journey song. So.
Yep.
Okay. City by the Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, these guys are the Morning Line. They have a brand new album coming out in a couple weeks on November 4th on Red Records. Band consists of, I can't even read my own writing. Hold on.
Okay. Get the
Singer-songwriter Stephen Smith, Peter Kraft, David, I think it's Knupp, K-N-U-P-P, Knupp, and Brian Mello. So let's go ahead and drop the needle in the groove, Frank.
It's getting hot out here. It's not like I remember the last week of December. I'm dressed for spring. I shouldn't be surprised. The years left me desensitized. No time for feeling horrified, 'cause I'm dressed for spring. June bugs in April, this weather is new. No water, no flowers, and no sign of you. Yeah, your pattern changed out of your old range. Where'd you go? They say the polar bears are floating like they're little princes. They're saying all the evidence is it's all over now. But bears are too remote to me, too hot for my mind's eye to see. I know how upset I should be, but I'm dressed for spring. June bugs in April, this weather is new. No water, no flowers, and no sign of you. Yeah, your pattern changed out of your old range. Where'd you go? June bugs in April, I'm comfortable now. It's blue skies forever, there's no rain allowed. Yeah, your pattern changed out of your old range. So it goes. That's a consolation since you're gone. The days are warm, although the nights are long. I've taken time any day to keep my mind away. Bye-bye. I shouldn't be surprised, already overanalyzed. Told everyone about your eyes and your everything. The rising sun, it burns away. Last month, last week, and yesterday. I'll tell you all, I'm not afraid, 'cause I'm dressed for spring. June bugs in April, this weather is new. No water, no flowers, and no sign of you. Yeah, your pattern changed out of your old range. Where'd you go? June bugs in April, I'm comfortable now. It's blue skies forever, there's no rain allowed. Yeah, your pattern changed out of your old range. So it goes. Where'd you go?
And there's the Morning Line with June bugs in April, and Jim bringing on some adult contemporary rock there.
I prefer the term power pop thing.
You know what? That was some mellow stuff. That the singer was smooth,
Like gravy.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
smooth.
that was nice, very nice, very well. Again, another well recorded tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, one reviewer called that vocal? Let's see if I can remember it exactly. A smoky Elvis Costello.
Man, Elvis wishes.
He had pipes like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an Elvis fan, but Elvis Costello wishes he ever could sing that smooth. Man, nice.
Maybe early on.
Maybe not.
Not now so much.
Yeah.
And Jerry, what'd you think?
I liked it very much. Again, great vocals. The guy's the natural. He's not trying hard. It sounds like it's just effortless coming out. I like the drums in the background. I like that beat. Very mellow, but very good.
Yeah.
A nice song, Jim. Nice song. The Morning Line.
Little 90-ish.
I like that.
Plus, I just
excuse me.
The idea of June bugs in April just sounds so romantic.
Yeah.
That's what got you. That's what caught him.
A nice line.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's very good. And I'm sure they're available on all. I know I saw them on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. So stream, or you can actually buy the hard CD copy.
Very good.
So
all right. Last episode, did you guys catch the riff? Did either one of you figure out what that was?
I only got that April Wine one.
I didn't go back and re-listen to it, which I needed to do. I know the band. I'm just not placing the song right off the bat.
All right. Let me see if I can get this here. Pull it up. Sounding familiar at all?
Yeah.
I don't want to get sued, but that was Billy Idol in Dead on Arrival.
Yeah. Wow. Should have got it by his scream.
Uh-huh.
That flanger.
Wow.
Yeah. So now what we have this week is a layup, because
for you guys.
Maybe even for you. This was on MTV, every other song for a while. This was on KLOS and KME2T, our local stations here in LA, and it went like this. All right. Sound familiar at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'll be wrong.
You'll be wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
because all of a sudden you just play it just long enough for me to absolutely have it. And then when you play it on the next show, 3 notes later, it's off
gone.
It's off the freeway. Yeah, I'm still on the freeway. It got off. Yeah.
All right. Well, you check that out. If you know what that riff what belongs to, please let us know. And if you can name that riff, put it in the comments section. All right. So now, Jerry, it's your turn for your song, and tell us what you got.
Yes, I have Lauren Anderson out of Nashville, Kentucky, via Chicago. She's originally from Chicago. Lauren Anderson is now located in Nashville and has been performing her blend of rock and soul since 2011. She's been compared to artists such as Janis Joplin and Joss Stone, and she commands attention with her powerful voice. And that is no lie. This artist has got the chops. Again, the artist is Lauren Anderson. The album is Burn It Down, recorded September 9th, 2022, about a month and a half ago. The song Frank's Gonna Spin is Zombie Blues. And all things social, folks out in Conspiracy Land, LaurenAndersonmusic.com. And that'll take you everywhere else. Instead of, different letters in her name or whatever, just go to LaurenAnderson.com. And just a little side note, guys, she's got chops. She has a master's degree in musical therapy. She used to work in a pediatric wing from the University of Kansas. She's been classically trained in piano and voice. And this album, Burn It All Down, is Grammy nominated for Best Contemporary Blues Album, Best American Roots Song, Zombie Blues, what Frank's going to play. And then another tune off the album, Hit the Spot, has also been Grammy nominated. So yeah, Grammy nominee Lauren Anderson out of Nashville, Tennessee, from the album Burn It All Down, Zombie Blues.
with light. I said, come on closer, I'd like to bite. I promise you, baby, I'll make you feel alright. When I see those eyes, I see that grin, ain't no stopping me, I'm going out of the zombie. I'll eat your life. I said, watch your babe, I'll make you twice, you can be I'm zombie. I'll eat your life. I said, watch out, baby, I'll make you mine. Yeah.
Yeah, is right. There is Lauren Anderson with the Zombie.
May I interrupt,
Blues.
Frank?
You may.
Just for a second, featuring Albert Castiglia on that jam.
All right.
Sorry about that. Didn't mention Albert Castiglia on Zombie Blues feature.
I love that.
Oh,
That boogie woogie blues rock and roll.
Yeah.
Another well-recorded song. What were your thoughts, Jim?
I'm adding this to my Halloween playlist.
Yes.
It's like
Zombie
there you go. Yeah.
That's fun.
He's going to eat you alive.
Yep.
I didn't know what to expect with a title like that. That was fun.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Good fun song.
Cool song.
Yeah. Good fun.
I'm glad Jerry clarified, because he said Nashville, Kentucky. And I was like,
Oh, I did?
Nashville.
Excuse me. Nashville, Tennessee. I
Yep.
did.
Oh, well.
Sorry about
No,
that.
you
folks.
clarified after that. So
Oh, I fixed it. See, no, I didn't know I did either. I love getting
Well,
old.
it's not a coincidence.
Yeah. Maybe you were drinking some moonshine from Kentucky. You
Oh,
just got
no.
it all mixed up.
No.
I tried that once in my lifetime. Never
That
again.
was enough.
I was 19, and I
Oh.
don't ever want to be near it again.
There you go.
No, sir.
All right. Well, there's Lauren Anderson with Zombie Blues, and check her out on Bandcamp and other social media sites. You will not be disappointed.
LaurenAndersonMusic.com. Yes, and that'll
Excellent.
take you everywhere, folks.
All right. Okay. Well, we're inching up to episode 100, but next week or next 2 weeks from now will be 99, and I have the classic pick.
Yes, you do, Frank.
And if you've been watching the regular daily stuff that I do on my pick of the day, I've got a lot of my CDs already placed into envelopes, and I had a box that hasn't been transferred yet. So this segment, this 2-minute segment that I do, is probably going to go on for 10, 15 years the way it's going.
That's what's keeping us alive, Frank.
Wow.
As it should.
That's right.
Well, I found this CD in here, and I thought, I don't think we have discussed this individual. Maybe we have, but I'm going with Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band with Night Moves. Now, we played
Beautiful.
that before?
No.
Well, here's the thing, guys. We used to pick classics, but never played anything from them.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
we might have done it like that, but great.
All
pick,
right.
Frank.
You know, I went back and I was listening to this the other day, and
Beautiful.
I have so much respect for almost everything Bob Seger did, which I did not appreciate him when I was younger.
Nor I.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow.
I liked him. I liked him
essential.
right up until he released the strut.
Yeah.
From
Her
Wind.
strut or whatever it was.
Yeah, her strut off of
Like,
Wind,
what-
something Wind.
What happened?
Against the Wind. Off the,
Yeah,
Supposedly that was about Jane Fonda.
his early stuff was just amazing.
Yeah.
Just great.
Really good.
Bob Seger, Silver Bullet Band, Night Moves. That'll be our classic. album.
Great pick.
I like that album.
Yes,
right.
same here.
Good deal. Well, we've discussed Mick Mars and Michael Sweet and Lauren Anderson and all
Custom.
everything in between. So,
Warning line. Yeah.
yeah. So, Jerry, do you have anything you want to talk about before we get out of here?
You just heard what Frank said. It's still out there. All these artists are on Bandcamp. It's other networks. again, folks, we coming up on 100. We appreciate you for watching. We appreciate you listening, and thanks again. We really do consider ourselves lucky to do this show. So thank you, folks out there, and keep rocking. Yeah,
very good. I do want to mention our buddy Jeff Brenneman. He has got an EP coming out in November. If you watch our page on social media, you'll see I shared a link to it. He's got one song on there. It's about growing up in northern San Diego County, some flashback type songs of memories from when he was a youngster, and a lot of guest stars. Man, I can't say too much about it because he hasn't really unfurled it yet, but a lot of big names in our little world of people that we listen to. So I had a lot of help with it, and maybe we'll have Jeff on soon to kind of break in and talk about it himself.
That'd be great. Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that. All right, Jim, what about you?
Well, if you made it this far, smash that like button.
Yep.
Subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a comment down below, good or bad, love us or hate us, we don't care.
Nope. We do. I care. I care.
You care. Yeah, you care. Finish the sentence.
Leave a comment.
Finish the sentence, Frank. You care the least. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on.
If we're being honest.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, that's true. Leave a comment. Jim lives for those comments. I know he does.
I like them.
Yeah, I do too. I like to see what people are thinking. I don't, if they don't agree with us or they have a different opinion. That's what it's all about. It's why we're here.
Well, I like I love it when people comment on the songs.
Yeah.
They tell me like, hey, I love this. I went and bought it. When people leave those kind of comments,
that's magical.
Best.
That helps. Yeah.
But if you're not doing that, at least comment on John 5 Journey, Motley Crue,
right?
or crabby old David Crosby, or Stryper getting into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jim, why don't you take us on home?
The shop is closed. The shop is closed.
All right. But we got to say, stay fresh cheese bags. Don't forget that next time.
Forgot about the stay fresh cheese bag. I can't be counted on to remember that. I can't remember Nashville, Kentucky.
I know, that was great. Nashville, Kentucky.